What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and today we're doing another Marvel review, and it is of Doctor Strange. Movie was released in 2016, and it's the first real time that we ever get to see Doctor Strange on screen. First, his own dedicated movie, real appearance, and whatnot. So we get some backstory to him and how Doctor Strange came to be, and everything like that, and a lot more expositional stuff about his life and before and after his powers. So let's jump right into it, shall we? First off, this movie gives a lot of trippiness to it, and that's mostly because of the powers that are given to the enemies, and then eventually Doctor Strange himself use, as well as some of his other allies. They're like shape-shifting stuff and like flipping into new realities, and like there's glass, like you can do like a mirror bowl, like realm sort of thing, and then so that really distorts your perception and everything. So it's just all really, it can really like trip you out, especially if you're not like expecting it to be there, or like you're a little bit disoriented or a little bit tired. Like it can especially like throw you for a loop for sure. But I think that just adds to overall to the good visual effects that are in this movie, though. Because I think they are really good, and this is a testament to that. Because seeing it be trippy doesn't mean it's like not necessarily bad. It's just makes me trippy, I just find it really dumb that the whole reason why he got all screwed up in the first place, and the reason why he has to go find this treatment and becomes the Doctor Strange that we know. The reason why he did that is because of distracted driving. I just really, you couldn't have come up with something cooler. You couldn't have come up with something a little bit more elaborate, something a little more out there. You had to just choose distracted driving. Like, it fits. I mean, it works, but I don't know. Just so it's like a realistic thing for them to use for that. A line that really stuck with me was when Doctor Strange says, when that Wong guy introduces himself, it's like, and then Doctor Strange is like, Wong, like Wong, like just Wong, like Adele. Why did you have to make that comparison? Like, come on, seriously. And this line is a good testament and a good capitalization about Doctor Strange's character, where to me, he just seems like an unfunny Tony Stark. He has that same ego and charisma and just that overall snarkiness that Tony Stark has. But Tony Stark has funny jokes, and the jokes that Doctor Strange makes are not funny, and they do not land one bit. And so, there you go. Yeah. It just made it kind of cringe at the end of the day to see that. But overall, I find it funny that they were able to incorporate some like real life stuff into some of these like battles when they're in like the second dimension or like realm, and they're like fighting in there instead of like in the real like physical world, and they used the defibrillator to do that. I thought that really cool that they were able to incorporate the defibrillator and make it work for him, like charging up Doctor Strange when he's in like fighting the enemy in this trippy world while it's also trying to be saved in his real life. It's quite insane. And so I really liked that. It was good. And then the main thing for Doctor Strange is this cape. It's cool. One of the main things is this cape, and I think that's really cool. I think it's a bigger piece is like there's a lot of cool tech in this movie that I think is mostly underutilized. I mean, the focus is his like powers and how those powers came to be, and like his backstory and whatnot. I just wish some more of the stuff other than his powers, like most of his powers, are showcased fairly decently in my opinion. But I mean, just like stuff about the cape and maybe a few other cool like gizmos and gadgets and other cool technological pieces. It would have been nice to see some of those more than we actually did. But I thought what we did see was good, at least. I thought it was the way that they actually defeated the final enemy was pretty anticlimactic, all things considered. You're hyping it up with this like huge worldly battle, and he's like traveling through worlds and dimensions, and then it's just they just kind of get vaporized because he says, "Oh, we'll do this if you stop the battle." And we're like, "Huh, really? That's all? Okay." It's just like, why? I don't know if you're gonna have such anticipation and such like high praise for what this final showdown could possibly be, and then it's not. It's just weird to me why they did that. And another thing I realized is, in one of my previous Marvel reviews, one of the last ones, I talked about how all this destruction is happening to like New York and other cities around the world, or just the U.S., because of all the stuff with the Avengers and all these bad guys coming in, and all these intergalactic like collisions and whatnot. I'm thinking, well, how do they finally repair all that? Well, here's my theory. They just get Doctor Strange to do it when he casts the spell, and then he can just go and repair everything effortlessly, and then boom, all done. Okay, cool. That's a way to do it, I guess, and hassle free, toll free. I guess it's more for phone calls, but maybe low payments. It could be a factor here, and that works, but pretty effortless way to do it for everything. So that's all my notes for this movie. It was pretty hard to get attached to this movie. A lot of the jokes didn't stand what jokes they tried to make, and that really just felt it more drag on than it really should have been. Some of the stuff in them, like repeating certain scenes, like "I am here to bargain," like that went on, I thought, way too long. Just because it just gonna repeat it, and then you lose some interest, and it's just hard for me to get attached to this movie. But that doesn't mean it was a bad movie. I thought it was still a pretty good movie. All throughout, I'd probably have to give it my final score for Doctor Strange. I'm probably going to give it a 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it could have done better. I was expecting a little more from it, but that's going to do it for this review. If you've ever seen Doctor Strange, I'd like to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for other much more amazing content, including more movie reviews and other awesome stuff. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.